Wabi-sabi is often described as one of the core principles of Japanese aesthetics. Yet, even in Japan, a few people can clearly explain what it is. Many books written by scholars share similar ideas, but their interpretations differ slightly. Perhaps this is because wabi-sabi cannot be fully explained by theory alone. It is something shaped through life experience, something each person comes to understand in their own way. The origins of wabi-sabi can be traced back to wabi-cha. This is a style of tea practice developed during the mid-Muromachi period by Murata Juko, a monk and tea master. He brought Zen philosophy into the tea ceremony. He placed importance not on a formality or social status, but on a quiet spiritual connection. Tea gatherings were held in small spaces, often no more than 4.5 tatami mats. Within this limited space, people met simply as equals. At the time, tea gatherings were often opportunities to display wealth using expensive tea utensils imported from China. But Juko chose something different. He found beauty in simple Japanese-made tools. Through this choice, tea became a practice of inner cultivation rather than display of power. Later, Senno Rikyu refined this approach, shaping what we now recognize as a wabi-cha. From this practice emerged the uniquely Japanese aesthetics of wabi-sabi, an appreciation of imperfection, age, and quiet simplicity. Wabi-sabi is often explained with the phrase, wabi is the feeling, sabi is the object. Wabi comes from Taoist and Zen thought. It described a way of seeing the world, a mindset that finds beauty in simplicity, modesty, and restraint. Sabi referred to time. It is about aging where irregularly and imperfection. It is the marks left by years of use. At first, this may sound similar to how we appreciate antiques. But in Japanese aesthetics, sabi is not limited to all the valuable things. It is not about luxury. It is not about decoration or wealth. Rather, it is the teacup your neighbor used every day or the kimono your grandmother always wore. The teacup may be chipped, the kimono may be faded or stained, but within them you can feel time, you can feel memory, you can feel the presence of the person who used them. Wabi is the feeling that arises when we sense those stories.寂を侘びる. To Wabi the Sabi means embracing those stories, not only in the objects but in life itself. This is the mindset I most want to share in today's world. Today we are constantly surrounded by images of perfect lives. Large houses, luxury cars and lifestyles filling magazines, television and social media. And slowly we begin to think, this is success, this is the goal. What I have now is not enough. In many ways, this reminds me of the time before wabi-cha, when tea gatherings were often used as stages to display wealth. And just like that time, this cycle never really ends. Once we have something in our hand, we begin to want more. And more always creates another more. But something changes when we choose to live more simply. When we practice letting go of what we don't really need, The constant desire for what's next begins to fade. That is where happiness quietly begins. And that is where more finally ends. By embracing a sabi, the quiet, imperfect aspects of life, and meeting them with the spirit of wabi, with the care and the compassion, we may begin to see our lives differently. What may appear imperfect is deeply human, uniquely yours, and already beautiful. Thank you for watching.